Do you know couples that communicated well when they were dating, but all of a sudden stopped talking a few years into the marriage? Have you ever wondered what leads to these communication problems? One of the key reasons might surprise you. Hello there, I'm Zizi, and thanks for watching Keeping It Together with me. You are at the right place to find practical tips that serve as a guide in your quest for a happy marriage. My passion and purpose is to realistically lead you in all truth, honesty, and openness as you make your way to living a fulfilled life. Your ultimate freedom awaits you. Today, I'll be going over a sticky issue that most couples experience and may prematurely have accepted as their fate. How they've gone from a place of constantly talking to the surprising end of barely having anything to say to their significant other. At the beginning of most relationships, any problems a couple face are typically outside the relationship. It could be work bothering either of them, or maybe even family and friends. At that stage of their relationship, they spend most of their time talking about each other. Since they are still in the infatuation stage of their relationship and are only interested in meeting each other's emotional needs, they spend a lot of time talking about how much they love each other, how they care for each other, and how they look forward to spending their lives together, meeting each other's needs forever. You might start noticing the cracks in their relationship once wedding planning is in full gear. At this stage, they might now be discussing the difficult details of the wedding together. They are starting to pool their financial resources together and have probably started noticing things like how they have different spending habits and how they manage family and friend expectations differently, and things of that nature. In an attempt not to upset their spouse, they hide their true feelings regarding the newly noticed habits that your spouse possesses. At this time, though, they have probably started talking less to and about each other, which is certainly not helpful for the health of their relationship. The real remedy for this situation is for couples to learn how to discuss their problems, whether difficult or sensitive. The earlier they start this practice, the better. Couples actually do their relationships a disservice when they have things they need to talk to their spouse about, but want to spare their feelings or avoid the sensitive nature of the issue. Rather than allowing the inability to discuss things escalate to a total breakdown in communication, couples should find ways to bring these issues up by providing their partner with a path to the proposed solutions. For example, if a husband would like his wife to lose some weight, both for appearance and health reasons, he probably considers this a difficult conversation to have and will most likely avoid it. The problem is, his pent-up frustration about this issue will manifest itself in other ways. He'll probably not talk to her as much. He'll probably not be as affectionate towards her. He'll also probably not compliment her for doing other things well, even things that are not related to her physical appearance, such as how she takes care of the kids or anything else she's doing that he appreciates. Communication typically comes to a halt at this stage. Instead of allowing things to get into a free fall of negativity, he needs to find a way to tell her about his concerns. He can suggest that they both go to the gym. He can also go on a diet with her. In essence, he will be showing her love if he makes the same sacrifices she needs to in order to get in shape. This opens up the doors to doing more things together. Remember, quality time? And that opens up opportunities for conversation and other positive interactions. This also becomes a step towards them rebuilding their friendship and reducing the risk of affairs. When you are in a marriage relationship, you have every right to say, here are the conditions that will make it easy for me to give you what you want from me, and I'm willing to work with you to get you there. So if a man's wife is putting on weight, he needs to be able to say to her, my dear, I really appreciate everything you do and how well you take care of me and the kids. And you know I will always love you for who you are, not because of how you look. But I'd really appreciate it if you could get in better shape. The kids and I would love to have you around for a long time. So why don't we join the gym together? I know I'm busy, but I'll make the time to work out with you to help you get in better shape because this is important to me. This will also help us spend more time together, and you know I love spending time with you. Please notice I embedded the negative message around some of the positive messages. Notice how I said the good, not so good, and then the good again. It's called the sandwich approach. I'd like to share a personal experience with you. My husband has been in shape most of his life because he always played sports. Now I, on the other hand, have always been blessed with my dad's genes. I always used to unknowingly brag to my husband about how I'll always look the same even though I didn't exercise. And this, unbeknownst to me, infuriated him. So even though it wasn't my intent, my husband eventually began to feel that I was arrogant, which was not a trait he appreciated in a wife. Anytime we would have a conversation about my weight, my husband would shut down completely and not want to talk to me about it. He would become distant. This also affected his ability to compliment me when I looked nice. And as a woman, if your husband is not complimenting you when you look nice, there's a problem. Eventually, I found out how he felt. Thankfully, before there was any major damage to our relationship, he made me realize that I used to come across as arrogant, not appreciating the genetic gifts God had given me. This helped me modify my speech when talking about my weight. Ironically, as the years went by, gravity kicked in and off to the gym I went. In the end, it was a very good thing though, as going to the gym became time for us to spend together. Catch my drift? I'm zeroing in on the weight example because it is a major issue in a lot of relationships, and people sometimes do not realize it leads to a breakdown in communication with their spouse. We all gain weight as we get older, have kids, and so on. That is a reality. The other reality is that for some people, this is a major deciding factor when it comes to showing any sort of affection in a relationship. For men, sex is a motivating factor for engaging in deep, intimate conversations with their wives. Most men do it because they know women want to talk intimately. If they give that to her, she just might give them their own emotional need, sex. For women, if they are no longer attracted to their spouse, they also avoid anything that might stimulate him just so they don't have sex. So they stop talking. This also includes being unavailable emotionally to him, criticizing him a lot just so he can get defensive and shut down as well. I believe this can all be resolved with open and honest communication. The earlier in your relationship you start practicing this, the better off in the long term. We are in relationships because of an emotional need our partners help us meet. We are also in relationships because we want to help our partners meet an emotional need they have. Let us not deny each other this just because we are afraid to have the difficult conversations. My philosophy is let it all hang out, especially with your spouse. And that's a wrap on why, surprisingly, your spouse might not be talking to you. They might just have a difficult conversation that they are unsure how to bring up with you. I'd love to hear from you on this and any other topics. You can find me on zzio.com, where you could leave a comment and sign up for my newsletter chock full of marriage-related tips and insights. Have a question for me? Email me for a confidential response. questions@zzio.com. Did you like this video? There's more where that came from on my YouTube channel, so subscribe to enhance your marriage and start living your best life now. Share with your loved ones as well. Remember, sharing is caring. Getting your marriage to be at its best will require some very important tact, sometimes extremely easy and sometimes not so easy, but certainly doable. This is why I do what I do. I will serve as your guide through it all. The decision lies with you to take me up on this and let the transformation begin. Thanks for watching. It is always so great to share with you on Keeping It Together with ZZ. Looking forward to some more time with you. Have a great day.